Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and I am here working on this little book that we started the other day. I did do some decorating. I have a few more things to do and just thought I would go ahead and turn on the camera while I did those. So if you have something you're working on, go ahead and get that out and you can craft along with me. One thing I want to say before I go any further is if you went to the retreat on the Isle of Wight and you were referred by me, I apologize. I had no idea. And if you know, you'll know what I'm talking about. And if you don't, that's all I'm going to say about it. So again, I had no idea. So anyway, I am going to keep working on this. And like I said, you can craft along with me. I'll show you what I did. So we made the little book the other day on my video. And I added this kind of white fabric that frays really nicely. And it's kind of silky. Somebody told me what it's called and I can't remember now, taffeta, or can't remember the name of that for some reason. And then this is just a little piece of some of this stuff like Rachel did, the sewing tissue, where you just stitch, run it through your sewing machine and crumple it all up and it just kind of makes like a ruffle. I made a little bit of that. I didn't add any other papers, I just did the tissue. And then this is just some blue lace, some navy blue lace. And then that's one of Mrs. Cog's images. This is Medieval Mirage. And so then you go inside and I use Medieval Mirage and this image of Jesus and Mary, and I'm assuming that's probably Joseph. They're not in the typical setting that you often see in a manger or whatever, but that's that, and a little spot to journal on. And then a little belly band. And then I just did a little tag there, tucked in behind the wise men. And then this is just a collage. It doesn't have any openings or pockets or anything like that. And then there's this little spot, and that's just a collage with some more of that ruffled tissue. And that's just a journaling spot. And then here is an image of, the manger, the nativity, and all that. And inside I have put just one of these, and this is Medieval Mirage printed on the manila paper. And tuck that in there. And then this is just a little piece of Tim Holtz ephemera that I've put there. And this is Rachel at Roxy Creations coffee dyed paper. Another journaling spot. And some of these spots I may be adding some things to. This is just as far as I've gotten. And then this is just a little kind of collage. This is a pocket though, so this image is in there and comes out. So it's really just all different like nativity type images. And the colored ones are from Mrs. Cog's. These not colored ones are ones that I have found online at New York Public Library and other places where it's copyright free images. This is one of Mrs. Cog's, and I just made a little journal card to slip in there, and that's one of her images as well. So I thought those were fun. And then this is an image I found, and this is one of my old paper digis, just a piece of it. And then this is a piece of Medieval Mirage, which is a teeny strip. So see, we're all crazy because we save this stuff, but it kind of looks cool with just that little tiny strip with some kind of color on it. So I know it's crazy when you're saving all those scraps, but sometimes they work great, especially when you're doing these little mini type books. So what I thought would be kind of fun today is I got some of these from Gayle Agostinelli. They're those mailing cards. And so, see, they're all... I just love the patina on these cards, so I didn't want to cover them all the way, and I like the words, even though this obviously has nothing to do with Idaho. I just love the color of these cards, and I don't want to cover them entirely. So I thought it would make kind of a cool pocket on this particular one. And I saw something on Pinterest, and it was just a picture of a tag that had been decorated, and so it just kind of sparked my interest and made me want to do something kind of like it. So it's not going to be just like it, but that's where I got the idea for it. So I'm just going to take some snips of fabric, and they can be super tiny. It doesn't have to be anything big, or so if you just have some really crazy little bits, that's all that we're working with. And I just want to give them a good, get them to fray really good. is really what I'm doing. I hope all of you had an awesome weekend. Oh, I wanted to show you because we did the whole competition this weekend. And I'm going to show you on my phone really quick. Sorry, it's probably got fingerprints and all kinds of junk on it, but let's see. Let me get out of this. Find it. I will show you what we dealt with that day. Okay, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this. Oh, let me wipe my screen off, because it does have smudges and fingerprints, of course. But that's as good as I can get it. But this is my car dashboard, and we're looking out. Do you see all the rain and the trees all going sideways? Well, we got, right when we got there, they got like their big, huge canopies all set up. And this isn't funny. I shouldn't even laugh because it's not funny at all. But this is literally the stuff that goes on. And I'm just going to kind of keep doing this. They got the canopies all set up, big, huge, huge canopies for like to cover the grill area so that people could cook and be in there, and you know, if it rained a little, it wasn't going to be a big deal. Well, when we got there, there was nothing, no rain, no anything, and my husband were like, oh, I think that we're going to miss it, because from the weather reports, it wasn't supposed to storm or anything until after 9 o'clock at night. So the sun was sort of out, you know, in and out of the clouds kind of thing, and we thought, oh good, this is going to work out. We're not going to have any problem. Yay. And so we get out of the car, barely start to walk around to the other side of the building, and it just starts dumping rain. I mean, we saw the black clouds coming and we were like, I don't know, but it seemed like it might be nice. So it just starts dumping rain, and then out of nowhere these huge wind gusts come. I mean, those kind that like snap trees, just out of nowhere, like you're not even prepared for it, and all of a sudden, you know, the trees are snapping and stuff like that's going on. And so the canopies all went flying. All of them were destroyed. And so then after that storm came through, we were out in the rain trying to direct traffic, so we were soaked because we were trying to direct the buses in and all that kind of stuff. And then after all that happened, we had to go and, you know, set up everything again and get everything ready to go for the day, because this was before, you know, the competitions and all that had even started. And so we did all that, got everything set up, and then the rest of the day, it was windy, and I feel really bad because there was a lot of props and things like that that got knocked over, and some things got torn, and so that wasn't good either. But somehow the day got salvaged, and our kids ended up placing third, which, you know, that's not even the important part, because, you know, people had property destroyed and things. So like, I'm not saying, oh, it's all fine because our kids got third place, but I'm just saying, like, we did salvage the day and ended up doing okay. So that was great. But man, that was crazy, that wind thing. And it only lasted for a short period. You know how they do. It just comes in and just blows like crazy. Well, I know it's different everywhere. But, and like things get broken, and then it's gone as fast as it came. And we don't have tornadoes or anything like that where we live. But that's the sensation that you almost get when it's happening, because the wind gusts and all that are just so powerful. But it's just super short time that it happens. And so, yeah, that's what happened on Saturday. So thank you all for your well wishes. There were a lot of people who even that morning, you know, or the evening before had wished me well and all that, and hoped that the weather was going to be good. And it turned out to be fine. So that was awesome. I don't mean to totally complain, because it did turn out okay. But I just felt so horrible for the school that was holding it. They're like kind of our sister school, or whatever you want to call it, because we always hold these competitions together. Like, we work together to sell food and, you know, do all those kind of things. And I just felt horrible for them, because those canopies, I mean, that stuff is not easily replaceable in a band deal. I mean, it's not easily replaceable anywhere, but like, you know, we just don't get a lot of money from the school or anything. So, yeah, I am a little concerned about that, because I'm not sure how they're going to replace those. But, I mean, the day turned out good, and the kids were all safe, so, you know, that's all that matters. The kids weren't there when all that happened, luckily. It was just the parents and stuff setting up, so, yeah. That's what we did, and it turned out well, so that's all that matters. But we'll have to be helping them get some new canopies, I'm pretty sure, because like I said, that's just hard to foot that bill. But yeah, it was just crazy weather. The wind just went, and then the day after yesterday, we went out to brunch with my mother and father-in-law for my husband's birthday, and the weather was great. It was beautiful, sunshiny day. And then, I don't know. I just sometimes think it's like something against you when you're doing those deals outdoors. It seems like at this time of the year, you just never know. Well, spring's like that too. Like the kids that play softball and all, it gets crazy then too. So just the way it is. But we all survived and we're all safe, and that's all that matters. So anyways, I hope you guys had an awesome weekend, but thank you for all your well wishes. Everybody was very cool about saying I hope the weather's good for you guys and everything. That was so nice of you. I really appreciate you guys. You're amazing. You're always so kind and generous and wonderful. So yeah, but it was a good day, other than, you know, it could have been a little bit warmer, but just kind of, that's just the way it goes this time of the year. So all I'm doing here, and the one that I saw on Pinterest was entirely different because it was just little teeny pieces, and so I've put more because I guess that's the way I do things. But and then I liked these little snowflakes because as you saw here, I just kind of like that plain white snowflake with this stuff. I think it kind of adds something. So I'm going to put one of those on. I'm just going to stitch across here, so I'll be back in just a minute. I'm sorry, I know this has kind of been all over the place with the story and all, but I'll be right back. Okay, hi, I'm back. So you can see I just added little teeny tiny snippets of fabric, and I did use the glue stick, and then that's just a little piece of that sewing tissue ruffle I added on there, and there's some lace and all that. And I want to kind of play just a teeny bit with a teeny piece of this napkin, because this isn't Christmas, but I don't have tons of napkins, so I just have to kind of use what I have. But I think that's always good advice anyway, to just use what you have. So I just need a piece of tape here. And get that off. It was really hard to watch my daughter do that. I mean, this coming weekend is going to be the last competition that she'll get to do in high school. And I'm hoping she goes on in college and does marching band, because she does love it so much. I think she probably will. It's just going to depend where she goes. And as I've talked about before, she's having trouble deciding on that, which I know that's rough trying to figure out what to do. So, but anyway, so it was just kind of hard to watch her march off, and you know, they salute up to the judges, and I don't know, it's just kind of one of those emotional times, and I'm sure that I'll have another one of those this coming weekend. I was kind of thinking it might be neat to have that under, but maybe it's too much with that. Maybe if I came down further a little bit. Or do I just like it on the card better? It's always hard to decide these things. I think I just like it like that. So sorry I went through all that, and some of you might be like, no, put the thing on. So, you know, it's just one of those. I'm just putting some glue on here if you can't see, because I'm kind of off over here. I'm going to try to stay on camera better because I adjusted the camera. I keep trying to come closer to myself because that's where I used to be, and it's a little bit further away, so I just have to remember to do that. Could put, I don't know if these are too big, these pearls. I don't know if I like that. I kind of just liked the simplicity before. Yeah. Don't like it that much. Ah. It's always good when you get glue on your sleeve, right? Alright, so let's go ahead and put this in. I just like it the way it is, I think. I might go just a teeny bit of ink around the edge. So yeah, hopefully wherever you were this weekend, you had lovely weather. We had lovely weather yesterday. Today's not too bad. It's kind of cold today. But, you know, today's fine. It can be cold today. I mean, I had to do some recess duty, but half an hour is usually tolerable. You know, like 8+ hours isn't always great. So, I'm just going to do 3 sides like any pocket. These cards are really cool. And I know, I'm sorry, Gayle doesn't have any more of them. That was kind of a one-time deal. But, you know, you could just cut a card out of like manila folder or something like that and do a similar thing. You might have to stamp words on there or, you know, whatever, but you could do other things. I just wanted to play with these a bit because they're cute. And I don't know yet what I'll put in that pocket, but I'll figure it out. Yeah, I just didn't want to cover it all the way because I think it's really neat. Like I said, not that Idaho has anything to do with the nativity, but I'm not sure what I want to put in there. I'm sure I'll find something. That one's kind of cool. Let's go in the right direction. Yeah, I'll probably make that into a journal card, put it in there. I think now I'm going to take it out though because I'm afraid it's going to get glue on it. Okay, so let's think about what else we want to put in here. Don't know. I have quite a few more spots. Kind of with this tree just somewhere. The white, I like the whiteness of it. Kind of feels like it needs something else though. I guess if I put it on, that doesn't really help, does it? White on white. Ah. These are all little bits of fabric that my friend Denise gave me. Thank you, Denise. Very kind. I kind of like that. It needs to be frayed up at the top though. Oh, that really frayed. Just snipping off these little pieces that are sticking way out. Yeah, I think I like that for a little something to add interest. And I'm just going to put the glue directly on the fabric. Just got to hang on to it tight. And it goes right through, of course. But yeah, those poor, I just always feel sorry for the girls wearing the, you know, like our girls have gowns on and then the auxiliary girls wear, you know, like leotards and those skirts and all that kind of thing, and just tights, and all those girls have like no sleeves, and it was just cold. And our girls sat on the bus for most of the day, which is horrible, you know, they're sitting on a bus for like the whole day, but they would rather be in there than out on the bleachers freezing, so that's where they were. But it was just bitter. Bitter, bitter, bitter. Okay, I like that. I think I might just leave these two at journaling spots. So let's see. Got this. So I just did one of these little tatting squares, and I frayed all around the edges, and then I just stitched on some of this kind of stretchy lace that I had. And I thought it would look kind of cool just around this back sort of side, like this. And I get this idea from Rachel, of course, at Roxy Creations. I love that look of just adding a little something for a tie that comes off, that you don't have to leave on the journal if you don't want to. So I just think those are so fun. Like, I could make a million. I was thinking of all kinds of ideas that you could do with these. So maybe we'll make another one of those. Just so you can see again, and I might make this one a little bit more. I mean, that one was pretty traditional too, but I'll just do another little one with maybe some more Christmassy tones, because I'm going to make another couple of these. I think they'd be great gifts, and I sold the last one in the shop, so I think I'll go ahead and put another one in the shop, because they're just fun. You could stick them in a stocking, or I don't know. I think there's loads of things that you could do with it. So, you know, it might be fun too. I don't know if I could do it with that piece. Let me try it. I'm going to try it. No guarantees here. Let's see if we do like a triangle. I can't cut a straight line, so like I said, no guarantees. See, it's wonky. But that's okay. I might be able to fix it. Let me try. So you could make like little trees on there. That would be kind of fun. Let's do a different fabric. Sorry, I have all kinds of little fizzy fuzzies stuck on me. And these are just simple, goofy little things. I mean, this is nothing earth-shaking, but it's just kind of fun to play around and do different things. Let's do, like I said, I just didn't want to cover them up entirely. Sorry, I have to think. Could be a disaster. Okay, so that I'm going to do something like that, and I'm going to stitch it, and I'll show you guys. I'll stitch it and I'll come back so you can see what I did. I might kind of not make this perfectly flat. Do like some little scrunches in it and stuff, because I'm going to run a stitch through it. So what other one? That's that one. Where did that? This piece is what I wanted. This is what I started with. And I got sidetracked. Oopsie. So don't worry about being all perfect with it because you don't have to be. It kind of looks cool when it tears all crazy, I think. Maybe some of this. Okay, I'm going to stitch this stuff and I'll be right back. Okay, hi everybody, I'm back. So this is what I came up with. I just did a black stitch across there and just did some little stitches like that. But if you don't want to use fabric, you could do the same thing with paper. And also if you don't sew, I mean, you could do the same thing with fabric and then just draw, you know, some little stems down like that. So you don't have to sew, you don't have to use fabric if you don't have any. You could just use different types of scrapbooking paper or whatever you want, but they're just kind of, I don't know, it's just kind of fun because you can still sort of see the Idaho, and that way I'm not covering up the whole card, because that's why I got these, is because they're, you know, from Idaho. So anyways, yeah, so that's where we're at. This one's all done and it will go in my shop, and then these, you know, these would be fun in all kinds of things. You could do paper clips, make them into altered paper clips. That would be really fun to do, like on the edge of a page. They'd be cute just like on a bigger pocket if you had, let's see, something like this. You know, you could put it down here, not specifically this one, but you know what I mean. You could use that in a lot of different places. You could just put it down in the corner of a page for a tuck or a pocket or whatever. So anyway, just some little fun things to maybe make. I will chat with you guys again soon. Thank you so much for watching my channel and subscribing. All of you guys are awesome. You know, even just people that watch, I really do appreciate all of your feedback and kind words and all that kind of stuff. It really does help me do this because it's not always easy putting yourself out there. So I will talk to y'all later. Have an awesome evening and I'll see you next time. Bye bye now.